on Showcase, let's watch the trailer for I, Daniel Blake. Then we have a very special interview coming up.
Good morning, Mr. Blake. I'm appointed to carry out assessments for employment and support allowance. Can you walk more than 50 metres?
Yes.
Can you raise either arm as if to put something in your top pocket?
Yes. Can I ask you a question? Are you medically qualified? I've had a major heart attack. I've been told by my doctor I'm not supposed to go back to work yet.
I'm afraid you must continue to look for work, or your benefit payments will be frozen.
There must be some mistake.
If you've been deemed fit for work, your only option is job seekers allowance.
Well, I want to appeal.
You have to apply online, sir.
I was a carpenter. I've never been anywhere near a computer.
So you need to run the mouse up the screen. No.
Not now.
No, not like that.
I'm just going round in circles.
I'm going to have to ask you
I'm
to
trying to
leave.
explain to you a situation and you don't care.
I've got about 12 quid in my purse.
Do you know what? You've created a scene, all right?
Jesus
What am I
Christ!
supposed to do?
Who's first in this queue?
I am.
Do you mind if this young lass signs on first?
No, you carry on.
This isn't your concern. I want you to get out as well.
It's a monumental farce, isn't it? Looking for non-existent jobs. And all it does is humiliate me. You've done nothing to be ashamed of. You're alone with 2 kids. You've done amazing.
I've seen it before. Good people on the street. You could lose everything.
Well, I'm not going to give up. When you lose your self-respect, you're done for.
And now I'm joined by Dave Johns, who's the lead actor in I, Daniel Blake. Hello, and thank you for joining us.
No problem. Pleasure.
Tell us how you got involved in this project and how you met the director, Ken Loach.
Well, it's, you know, I did a lot of plays up at the Edinburgh Festival with comedians. I'm a stand-up comic, basically. And I did a lot of plays up in the Edinburgh Festival, and we did one called 12 Angry Men, which is a famous play of Reginald Rose. And the producer there texted me one day and said, oh, Ken Loach is looking for a guy about your age from my part of England, the northeast. Why don't you give the casting people, you know, your details? So I sent off a text just saying, you know, and they asked me to come in and meet Ken. The thing about Ken is we only had a 15-minute conversation, but he didn't ask me about anything that I did. We just talked about football, and we got on really well. He likes comics. And then I did a couple of castings, improvisation with other actresses who, you know, do an improv, and I had about two callbacks, and then he phoned me up after the last one I did and said, I got this phone call saying, and he said, will you be in my film? He was asking me, and I went, yeah, of course I would, Ken. I'll have to think about it.
I'm going to give it a little bit of thought. Yeah. Is it true that Ken Loach never actually gave you the script to begin with?
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah,
and yeah. you learned what your character was going through as you went along?
Yeah, what happens is the first day I went on, to shoot, the first day of shooting, all I knew that my character was called Daniel Blake. He'd had a heart attack. He'd been looking after his wife. His wife had mental illness. She died. He was on his own. He had a heart attack. He had to apply for sickness benefit from the state, and that's all I knew. And then every couple of days you would get some script, and basically you'd learn that, and then you would just travel this Daniel's road, you know what I mean? And he shoots in sequence as well, so you shoot from day one right the way through. And I didn't know the end of the film till the day we were filming it, when he came up and told me.
Did that help you live it?
Yeah. Well, it's because you don't have the script. It means you don't sit have pre-ideas about, oh, I know I'll play this scene, oh, all right, this is the big scene here, I'll play that like that. He likes it to feel to be true. So the first day on set, when me and Hayley, the actress who plays Katie, we were actually listening to each other, and it was, the real emotion was coming, if you like, rather than us having some idea of how we would play it, you know?
Yeah. So how did actually working on a feature film compare to your day job, which
I'm
is
a
stand-up comedian?
Yeah. It was pretty cool, actually, because I usually work on my own, but I was involved with a cast and a crew, and we were filming for 9 weeks, and it became a bit of a family, you know what I mean? So that was quite nice, you know, that I had people around us, because usually I'm either on tour or I'm doing gigs, and you pop into a club and you have a chat to a couple of the comedians, and you do your set and then you're out. Or if you're doing, you know, so yeah, it was a good, it was different, you know, it was different, you know, it was an amazing experience, and you know, I was working, for me, one of the best directors there's around, you know. So yeah, it was great. Great.
Do you feel the movie has a message, like a social message
Oh,
for Britain and beyond?
It definitely has a message, and for all of Europe and for people really. It's about injustice. It's about you know, that we should. It's about how bureaucracy has been set up to hinder and to make it as difficult as possible for people to be helped, and it's about losing sight of the human being that needs help and just being interested in ticking boxes. Because I'm very proud, and a lot of British people are, of the National Health Service and our social welfare. You know, it was put in place for the right reasons. It was put in place to help people, but there seems to be this, now it's been set up in a way that is it's undignified for people. It tries to put as many obstacles to actually stop people from claiming what should be their right, you know. So yes, it's definitely. And for Europe, it's about austerity. I mean, these measures are put in place because of austerity, and we all know, all over, you know, with the banking crisis, that this is pushed down your throat a lot in Europe, and you know, about austerity. You know, the European Union. You know, what's happening with Greece and things like that. And so it's about people, you know, not being shown the dignity that they should be. And it's about injustice. And I don't care where you're from, you know, you'd have to have a heart of stone not to see injustice anywhere in the world and not want to do something about it, you know.
Right. Well, Dave Johns, thank you very much for joining us
No
on
problem.
Showcase.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.